What's up, everyone? We've been living in our van for almost 2 months now through Utah, Nevada, California, Oregon, and Washington. And when we're not house sitting or spending long days traveling, this is what our typical day of van life looks like.
A typical day for us in the van, we wake up around 8 or 9, and then we kind of lay in bed, and then if it gets really hot where we're at, we'll get out of bed and get our day going. Usually we need to use the restroom and we'll find a gas station. I prefer a grocery store just because the bathrooms are usually nicer. It just depends on the area that we're in. Sometimes it's hard to find a restroom. We've had that happen a few times where we really have to plan to okay, we're gonna go to the bathroom. It's gonna be a 15-20 minute drive. Just kind of get our day slowly going.
I usually get up and take care of everything dog related. They'll start grunting and groaning if we wait too long to get up. So I'll get out, I'll feed them, I'll give them water, and I usually take them for a good 20-minute walk so they can go to the bathroom, and it's fun to watch them explore the new area. We don't generally eat breakfast or lunch, actually. We usually just get up and make the coffee. We have a French press and it's super quick and easy. It barely takes any battery from the van.
And that usually keeps us full until about noon.
So after our Target bathroom runs and our coffee, we'll just discuss what we want to do for the day. Obviously, y'all know we like to play disc golf. Before we had left Utah, we got into pickleball pretty big. So anytime we see those, we'll try to get some in. Obviously, you know we like waterfalls, hiking, we'll get groceries. What we like to do is stop and get ice water from convenience stores if they let us. That's not a big thing on the West Coast for whatever reason. They're very anti-free ice water. We try to get the dogs out because they do live in that section in the back of the van. We like to get them out, not just for walks, but to play. Kato likes Frisbee, even though we don't really play Frisbee with him anymore. He's getting older and we don't want him jumping, so we'll just play ball fetch with him, and Mika usually just sniffs around and doesn't come back when we call her.
If we're doing an activity that doesn't include the dogs, we have to find parking that has shade so that it keeps the van cooler. If we have the air conditioning on and the fan's running, the dogs stay pretty cool. We usually we'll kind of hunt for shade. Sometimes that takes a minute or we have to park a little bit further away. Yeah, that's kind of how we keep the dogs cared for when we're finding activities like disc golf and pickleball.
And that's obviously a top priority. If it's not in the shade, we can't park there.
I mean, if you're planning on doing van life and you're taking a pet, that is something to consider. The pets kind of keep us from doing some stuff that we might have done.
As far as leaving the van for extended periods of time when the shade might move, can't have the van just sitting in the sun all day. And luckily we have been fortunate to have fairly cool weather pretty much for the whole time we've been out doing this so far.
Yeah, it's been really nice. Because we don't have a lot of fridge space, we are going to the grocery store more frequently. And that's something that Kevin hates. He hates Costco. The carts are too big for the aisle. So that was one comment he said when we were there.
Yeah, Costco will pretty much 100% ruin my day.
I love the grocery store, but yeah, we just try to keep it to a minimum grocery-wise and stop being so frequently at the stores.
We seem to go through cheese and creamer very quickly, so we find ourselves going back to the store often.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of meals we can even cook in the van. We are eating a lot of sandwiches.
And you don't want to cook burgers in a van, then you'll smell like a fast food truck. So if we're just hanging out in a city, say we have a house sit coming up the next week, We pick where we want to stay based off the best stuff in town. We usually triangulate a spot in between a Planet Fitness, a disc golf course, a part of town where there's more fun things going on, and we just try to find a good neighborhood near that. The other week we stayed near a beach that we liked for about 4 days.
I'm like, it's a giant creature. It was rubber.
Just before we got to this house sit, we were near a disc golf course that we really enjoyed for 2 or 3 days. And that's kind of how we base where we stay off of.
Usually our goal is to stay within about a 20-minute drive from a Planet Fitness, just so that we can shower, whether it's before we go to bed or when we wake up, or both, and or work out too. So we try to fit both in.
Yeah, we're pretty active. We'll do a lot of outside activities and maybe just skip the workout and get a shower in, or we'll get a workout in and also get a shower in. So when we decide to park for the night, we just try to find a safe, nice neighborhood, and we'll pull up next to a tall fence, a tree, or a bush that keeps us out of direct sight of someone's front window. We don't want to pull up right into the front of someone's yard. So we'll usually park on the side of a block to get the least amount of attention.
So far, we have never gotten kicked out of anywhere. We haven't had anyone complain. It's not that hard to find a spot. We can usually find one within about 10 minutes once we've decided, like, hey, we're ready to go to bed. We feel like we've gotten that down pretty well and figured that out, because I know a lot of van lifers sleep in Walmart parking lots or grocery store parking lots. We've never done that, and we don't plan on doing that. So as soon as we've decided on a spot and we've parked, we put the window covers up, and then we turn on the lights so that it's not as obvious that people are sleeping in there. And then we do our bedtime routine, which consists of kind of cleaning up the van a little bit. Sometimes you'll jump out and walk the dogs, which I'm surprised that you do that.
I have to walk the dogs, but I like to think that if they can't see in the windows, they will maybe ignore us.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that was your logic.
We don't take the rear window covers off until the lights go out. We'll keep the rear windows open and the Air Max fan blowing outward so that the air gets sucked in through either side of the van. That way she can control how much airflow she has, and I can control how much airflow I have. Obviously, she gets cold and I'm always warm. So it's kind of like mine's always full open and hers is usually mostly closed. And then she's crowding me for my body warmth constantly.
But yeah, while he's out walking the dogs, I'll kind of clean up, and then when he gets back, we just get ready for bed, which consists of brushing our teeth, and sometimes he'll party and drink an Alani. Those have been some weird nights.
More than once that's happened.
We're into home improvement, and so we'll watch like an episode or two of that. We just have like my phone that clips up to the cupboard, but it's been pretty comfortable just even having that. We've only used the AC at night a couple times.
So open windows and the Air Max fan usually keep it. It's kind of cold sometimes.
Yeah,
actually.
sometimes
So
yeah.
I love it.
Mm-hmm. I'd rather have it too cold than too hot.
So yeah, we usually end up going to sleep between 10 and midnight. So van life's been pretty great. We wake up when we want and we go to sleep when we want.
Yeah, van life is great, and we are happy we did this. This has been the best decision, and we're excited for where we're going to be throughout the winter. And every place has just been new and exciting. And when we get bored in certain areas, we just move on to the next. And it's just been really great to be that mobile. And
we hope we've answered some questions that people may have about van life.